twist and a turn in the weather. We've got some crazy conditions out there testing these athletes, but we're just about set to roll. Down here, the Nutri-Grain IronMan are on the line. Josh Minoga. We learned a few things about the conditions and we saw some stunning racing there with the Iron Women, but we're going to line the boys up and get them out there for the super sprint format.
Yeah, they look ready to go, that's for sure. Smiles all around. That's Finn Askew there with the ponytail and Matt Bevilacqua next to him, so they look fired up and ready for race one.
And let's have a look down here. One of the most unstoppable athletes we've ever seen. He's back out there racing today, and his name is Ali Day.
Ali Day, the arms punch the sky.
After winning the 2019 Kellogg's Nutri-Grain Ironman series, it was by far the best feeling I've experienced as an Ironman. A freak accident in July of 2019 saw me break both my wrists, and there was obviously that doubt that I might not be able to compete again. I really drew upon what kind of character I wanted to be. The fact of the matter is I just couldn't end my career like that. You need to have a strong character, a strong will, you need to be resilient. There's light at the end of the tunnel. I'm fitter, healthier, happier than I've ever been, and I can't wait to get my foot on the start line and race in the Nutri-Grain series again.
And we saw one of the most courageous performances we've ever seen yesterday. Ali Day, the man of the moment, is on the start line with Jordan Mercer.
Ali Day, how have you recovered after yesterday's domination?
Yeah, I feel really good. Obviously, this is the first time we've had to back up 3 days in a row, so body feels really good. I've prepared, and I'm looking forward to that gun going now, getting rid of these nerves.
Pretty close to the gun going now. Looking out, we've got 50-kilometre winds. How are we going to use that in our favour?
Oh, look, I think, you got to hold your form and hold your technique going out. And the way back in, obviously, just watch the girls race. You got to use the wind to your advantage. And, you want to get out in front and get to that can first to make the most of those runners coming in. Because I think the guy that gets around that ski can first today is going to get first pick at it. So that's the plan.
We can't wait to see the action, Ali. Thank you. Good luck.
Yeah, cheers, guys.
Ali looking cool, calm and collected as he always does, Josh, but he's got a massive field to overcome today.
Yeah, it's going to be unbelievable here in round two. The man we're missing at the top of that screen, of course, Kendrick Louis. He's out with a calf injury. Hopefully we'll have him back for round four, but that is the start list as they line up. Nathan Gray down in 22. He's on his home beach here, started out at Kingscliff, so let's see if he can have a big performance after a strong showing yesterday. The boys are on the line, they look set and ready to go.
The excitement builds, we're back on the beach, it's been so amazing. Of course, across yesterday, today we're back tomorrow. The Nutri-Grain IronMan series. Summer's here, Joshy. The lineup is there, the excitement builds. Starters' hands not too far away. Stunning field of athletes.
Same order as the girls, ski, board, swim to start race number one, then board, swim, ski, swim, ski, board to finish. Exactly the same. The first two races, they're all about points. The more points you get, the higher up the start order you are in race number three. First across the line gets the overall win in race three. It's about points in this one here, and a little false start from the boys. A little bit nervous and maybe just a little bit edgy on the line. Finn Askew closest to us. Matt Bevilacqua will be looking for a big turnaround after a 10th yesterday. He wants to do better, and the man of the moment in the middle, Ali Day. They're calling him Daddy Day after he just had a new son. And look at Cooper Williams in the centre, get on and away, and he had a shocker yesterday. Did not finish the enduro surf, and not what we expect from Nutri-Grain Ironman. And the fact he didn't finish yesterday means maybe he's a little bit fresher today. He didn't have, well, the best day. He had an absolute shock up by his own terms, and he's out in front at the moment. He's got off to a flyer, and he looks very comfortable in the centre there. So Cooper Williams swims normally his best leg, and he went off on a flyer. Jackson Borg in the green nose ski there alongside him. Matt Bevilacqua on the red doing a great job. And Hayden White over there, he had not the best day ever. And Hayden White ended up in hospital last night. He got kicked in the nose in the first leg of this race, yesterday, broke his nose, so he's racing very, very injured, and he's alongside Matt Poole there and Jay Finesse, so another man who didn't have the best day, and these boys are out in front at the moment. So it's Finesse on the right, Poole, Hayden White in the centre, Ali Day's just sitting off him, Cooper Williams, Matt Bevilacqua, Corey Taylor there, and these big boys are up and firing.
Just what goes into being an Ironman. Not only have you only had 24 hours recovery after enduro surf, you've got a broken nose to contend with.
That's it, and he's a good looking man, so he was worried about the looks as well. He's one of the best ski paddlers in the business. Unbelievable downwind ski paddler, so expect him to turn and really go. Ski and board are his best legs. Not the best swimmer in the field, he'll admit that, but he's good enough on those other legs to get out in front. He's alongside Ali Day. They grew up in the same hometown. Hayden's from Warilla, Ali's from Kiama on the south coast. They're side by side down there. They've known each other for years, and they're side by side out in front at the moment. Have a look at the back of the pack. That is not where you want to be. Day on the pink ski, Hayden White on the white ski, Matt Bevilacqua on the red, just starting to come into it. Jay Finesse went very, very wide on the outside there, looking for something that I don't know if it's there. Bevilacqua picks one up, White picks one up, and so does Ali Day. These three boys know each other very well. They trained together at Mooloolaba on the Sunshine Coast. They've all made the move down to the Gold Coast. They're now three different clubs. Bevilacqua at Northcliffe, Hayden White at Currumbin, Ali Day is at Surfers Paradise, and Ali Day puts their head down, drives through that one, and I think he's picked the line to go a little bit further to the right, out the back. A couple of the boys have picked up a decent wave there, and maybe that right-hand side is the best of it at the moment. It's starting to break through, but White comes down another one, and these two, well, they were best mates as kids growing up in the sport. They're now at the top level of the sport, and they're leading this race. Ali Day with a win yesterday. Hayden White finished 15th, but he'll be looking to turn that around, and well, Day just picks up where he left off, and it's a little bit of deja vu with Lana Rogers. She wins yesterday, starts on fire, wins race one. Ali Day wins yesterday, he starts on fire. Will he go on to win race one here in the men's?
So the super sprint format, Josh, we've got 3 races. So this is race number 1, then we'll go and do it all again, 4 points, and that'll decide how they go off the line for race number 3.
That's exactly right. Handicapped in race number 3, you get 2-second gaps. The winner of race 3 is what it's all about. And the big story after that opening leg, TJ Hendy is down the tail of the field. He is almost in last place and plenty of work to do. Luckily, it's his favourite board leg as he goes in, but it's Ali Day in 1. Sitting behind him on that light sandy top board, that's Hayden White. In front of him is Corey Taylor, and these boys are going hammer and tong.
They're in the water, it's the IronMan, and they're out there doing what they do best. We'll come back to the rest of the action right after this short break. Elbows out, racing the crash and the bash, Josh, as they head around those cans. It's not the place you make friends in a race.
Oh, there's no friends once the gun goes, but they're all mates afterwards, that's for sure. Ali Day turns, Corey Taylor in second now, Matt Bevilacqua in third, Hayden White fourth, Matt Poole in fifth. So these guys, this is the older generation of these races. They're all sitting in their late 20s. The young guns, I think they got the win yesterday. They were very, very good, but today when it's super sprint, you've got to be tough, you've got to be strong. The older boys are getting it done. Out the back, there's a few runners coming through. Poole's got one on the far left. Matty Poole's picked one up here, and it will run through. Ali Day's gone straight down the centre. Corey Taylor's gone to the right. Matty Poole is running this. It might open up for him. He might come up alongside Ali Day. I think he will. Have a look at that. Matt Bevilacqua in the centre. They're pushing through. So's Hayden White. He comes into the shot, and maybe is that Zach Morris as well who's come into this one. So very, very important. Corey Taylor on the far right-hand side rides it down as well in that gap. It just closes ever so slightly, and behind them, there's a party wave. The rest of the field's on that one. So we've got a top 6 here, and then 14 men riding a wave on the way home. It looks like Day in 1, Corey Taylor, he'll go round in 2. Matt Poole will be in 3, and after an 11th yesterday, Matt Poole's getting his series back on track. Zach Morris, he was angry after he finished 6th yesterday, so he's looking for a big performance. Bevilacqua, he goes round. Hayden White not looking forward to the swim. Finn Askew, Dan Collins, Jackson Maynard, Jay Finesse, our early leader, Joe Collins, the best transition runner in the sport. They head around. Kai Kinsella, look for big moves from him as well. So TJ Hendy, he's worked his way up 4 places in that transition. Very, very good for him. And Jackson Borg, who finished 2nd yesterday, he's in last place right now. He's close and swims his best leg. But the man who is 2nd on the point score, closest to Ali Day, is currently 19 spots behind our current leader.
And they were the big questions we posed before the race all day today with that 24-hour turnaround. Not just the endurance, not just the physical conditioning, but how you deal with these conditions. Radical change in the surf, in the waves and the mental side, Josh. You touched in on that, you know, being no stranger to winning big endurance races. How they back that up and bring it to the water today.
All day we've spoken about guys who've had bad results and got angry. The big worry for the guys who've had good results is that they take the foot off the pedal and go, oh, this is easy, because I guarantee it's not. When you think you're on fire, that's when you get found out in Ironman racing. Ali Day, super focused. Saw him after the day yesterday. He said, look, mate, it's one race, but it's not done. I've got 5 more and I will not be happy until this is over. So he is ultra focused on getting a good result every round.
And how do these conditions today? Ali was just physically so supreme yesterday. He raced to perfection, made 0 mistakes, but physically was just so far in front of everyone else. How does the surf now bring everyone back? As you mentioned, these guys like Bevilacqua, Poole, that are so experienced in using these conditions.
Yeah, well, the likes of Ali Day is an endurance animal. He can go all day. Those other guys, they're a bit bigger, they're a bit stronger, they're explosive animals. They want to fire up, punch through the break, get out, chase runners. It's all about strength and power. And when these races are shorter, they're focused on strength and power. That brings the rest of the field into it. If we just race for 2-3 hours, Ali Day would go all day. But when it comes down to 15-minute races, all about power and punching through the break, there's no one better than the likes of Matt Poole, Corey Taylor, Matt Bevilacqua. Ali Day's just as good, but they've probably just got the edge. He's proving here today that no matter what the conditions, no matter what the format, he might just be the best athlete we've got in the entire world.
And he's asking the same question now, Josh, our race leader there. Unstoppable Ali Day yesterday. Will he make it 2 from 2? They're going to turn into this wave zone with the race leader there, Ali.
Ali looks under his arm there. He knows these waves can make a difference. There's one building out the back, and this is going to turn things on its head. If anyone can get down it, I don't know. Somebody will get a push out of it. That is for sure. We have a look. They push hard. A couple of the back markers will push into this one. It will turn that order on its head. It won't affect our top 3. Ali Day's swum himself into the hole. Corey Taylor's there. Matt Poole's got up onto Corey Taylor's feet, but what it's done, it's brought the likes of 20th place up into this. There's a couple of orange vests there, so that might be Wes Gould or Isaac Smith that has swum themselves into it here. A little push, a little wave, and you love it. Down on the bottom of the screen, Joe Collins is a thrashing machine. Have a look at him go there. He puts his head down, he gets the mullet out of his eyes, and he swims as hard as he can back to the beach. Kai Kinsella as well has just gone past him. So Kinsella is on fire, the big fella there, swimming into 3rd place. Matt Poole and Corey Taylor, he might even go past them as well. And there's another wave, a wave for Ali Day and a wave out the back, but Ali Day is going to pick this one up very, very strong. And I'm going to sign for the rest of the field if Ali Day can come from a 40-minute race into a 12-minute race and do the exact same thing he did yesterday.
He looks so balanced and so in control right now. Takes those steps up the sand, up the hill, and into that transition chute there, Ali Day.
What a performance. He wins race 1 of Super Sprint. Kai Kinsella, what about that? He's had the swim of his life to finish in 2nd. He's done a great job there. Corey Taylor gets there in 3rd. Oh, have a look at Jai Timperley dips in front of Matt Poole. Matt Poole looks very tired. Zach Morris there. So I think Timperley got Poole. Joe Collins, Bevilacqua, Jay Finesse, Askew, Hayden White, Nathan Gray, Jackson Maynard, Jackson Borg, who was in last place, TJ Hendy, who was in last place. They finish in 15th and 16th. Still got Wes Gould, Cooper Williams, Isaac Smith to come through. So not what those boys wanted. Unbelievable from Kinsella. The best swim I've seen of the whole series so far. But Ali Day, he's a class above.
Unstoppable so far, and he's down on the sand with Jordan Mercer.
Ali Day, you have switched from endurance to sprint, and you just led from start to finish.
That one hurt a little bit, but it should only get a little bit easy here for me. So that short rest, now I've got the nerves out of the system. So yeah, looking forward to the second race now, see what happens.
Can you afford to pace yourself in this second race to save anything for the final?
I mean, you definitely want to be. You don't want to look too far ahead. You definitely want to be in that first at least 4 or 5. You don't want to give away too much in that last Ironman. So yeah, you want to finish up in the pointy end this one for sure.
Can't wait to see you do it. All the best, Ali.
Thanks, Geordie. Cheers.
Ali Day doing what he does best down there in the water. That's race number 1 of the Super Sprint done and dusted. Race number 2 and 3 still to come. Welcome back to Kingscliff Beach, northern New South Wales. Things are getting a little heated heated on the sand. It's summertime. The sun is shining. The racing is red hot, Joshy.
Yeah, they were tight in that finish there, and a couple of the boys a little, well, push and shove, but
Well, how you going?
it's all fair in love and racing, that's for sure. We'll take a look at the results of race number 1. Remember, every point counts here. Ali Day and Kingscliff, he jumped 15 places in that final swim leg. Unbelievable. Matt Bevilacqua looked much better than yesterday to finish down in 7th. Joe Collins was strong again, and Askew, we spoke about him just before. He finished ahead of Jay Finesse. Boys came together, but it's all happy now. They've made up. They're
friends on the
ready for race 2, that's for sure. White, Gray, Maynard, Borg, all the way down the bottom. Gould and Smith there, the 2 wild cards. Race number 2 on the line, set and ready to go. Board, swim, ski is the order. We'll add up the points after this one, set ourselves for the final, and then it'll be a handicap start. And as we saw in the girls' race there, it's so important. If you go off in that first 4 and 5, that is a key to getting a great result. They're set. Jackson Maynard, he spent a couple of nights in hospital this week, closest to us, off and away, and this shore break is causing a little bit of havoc, and it's not the best start ever. The boys have to jump up and over a shore break there. They put the power down. They go up and over another one in the centre of the screen. Matt Bevilacqua on the red board, Zach Morris on the grey and orange, Ali Day on the yellow, and Jackson Maynard on the far side there, and Hayden White come together. But it's Bevilacqua, the 5-time Molokai to Oahu World Board Paddling Champion. And Zach Morris, he had a 6th yesterday. He was very happy with that, very fired up. For a rookie in the series, he's had only limited opportunity. He's doing a great job, and he's part of Generation Next. And a 6th place, that is unbelievable there. The names around him, the likes of TJ Hendy, Corey Taylor, you know you're mixing it with the best.
Yeah, really exciting to see the colours across this field. If you're tuning into this amazing sport for the first time, Ali Day is leading this one out, but you've got the orange, which indicates the wild cards into the series. The pink, which is the qualification, they've earned their spot through the trials. Green is all the top 10 from last year, earned their spot through the series last year. We are missing a yellow jersey in the men, Kenrick Louis resting up. Unfortunate injury, we'll see him back for rounds 4, 5 and 6. But that's how you know where these athletes have come from, how they're racing and how they got their spot in the series.
That's it, we're into race 2 of 3 at the moment. We'll add the points up from race 1 that Ali Day dominated. He's in front at the moment, but Wes Gould having a great paddle. We speak about those wild cards in orange. He's in second. He loves it there, the man from over at Mullaloo. So we're into race 2. Ali Day dominated 1. We'll get the results from this one, add the points up, and if you have the most points, you go off the front. 2-second gaps in between, and the first across the line in race 3. That will prove the difference. Zach Morris has just gone past everyone, and oh, there's a smash on the cans. Smash on the cans. TJ Hendy came off. Hayden White went up alongside him, so he came off as well. TJ Hendy, we can see him in the centre of the screen, the pink board on his stomach. He's filthy, and they're getting waves left, right and centre at the moment. They're all over the ocean. Ali Day's got him to the left of screen. Now we're riding with Matt Poole, Matt Bevilacqua there. Have a look at this. Day in 1, Zach Morris in 2, Wes Gould in 3, Bevilacqua and Poole 4 and 5, Joe Collins in 6. So the 3 Northcliffe boys are chasing our leaders at the moment. Have a look at this one. They are surfing these runners all the way back to the beach like true professionals. Ali Day's board, Ali Day's wave just ran a little bit slower than everybody else's. Looks like maybe Tannen Linden's trying to push down that one with Hayden White, but Ali Day's on the sand, getting away. His brother Blair picks up his board, and have a look at Zach Morris, hot on his heels. Similar build. Looks like Zach Morris just doesn't have the muscle, and that's been the big thing we've seen from Ali Day in the last 12 months. He's put muscle on, he's gotten strong, he owns a gym, and he's definitely been working out in it. Bevilacqua in 3, Wes Gould in 4, Dan Collins in 5, Matt Poole in 6, looking grumpy, but he looks comfortable, that's for sure. Jai Timperley after a 3rd yesterday, he sits in the top 10, so does Nathan Gray. There's Joe Collins, he goes through. Finn Askew, Corey Taylor there, Isaac Smith comes around, Jackson Board, TJ Hendy, Cooper Williams, Hayden White, Kingscliff and Jay Finesse. That is your top 20 as they go through, and they're pretty close at the moment as they head into the swim. I think this one's going to really start to open up right here, right now.
As they head back out through the break there, conditions turning, twisting, absolutely sensational here at Kingscliff, but certainly throwing up a few different twists and turns to the racing today.
Ali Day pushes the pace out in front. He's really working hard. The rest of the field trying to hold.
And we're going to continue with all the action very, very soon. We'll be right back. 60 seconds and you'll be back with the action. action is fast, it's furious, it's the super sprint, Joshy. It's all going on. The boys are hitting the cans. It's the men's race 2 out of 3. Really critical now. You've got to keep yourself in touch with Ali Day so he doesn't go off 2, 4, 6, 10, 20 seconds ahead of you.
Yeah, you've got to stick close to him. Zach Morris struggling to hang on, and he's the World Junior Champion at the moment, but he gets a runner straight past him, and just like that, he has got a little bit of luck that's turned this race on its head, because he goes up alongside Ali Day. We're well past the halfway mark here. Board, swim, ski of race number 2 in the super sprint triple race here. It's only about the last one. You've got to win the last one to take out the round, and well, it's the world champion on the left, Ali Day, the world junior champion in Zach Morris on the right. They're going stroke for stroke, side by side. Morris got a little bit of luck, but he deserved it because he's fought hard so far, and that seems to happen. You work hard, you put yourself in the right spot, and the luck seems to come.
Mother Nature provides.
And he is in the race of his life, stroke for stroke, with the best Ironman in the world at the moment, and he would be loving it, that is for sure. Behind him, Corey Taylor pushing very hard. Dan Collins, actually, it looks like, swum up into 3rd place. There's a few runners out the back for the back markers. They're going to try and push down those ones as well. So waves are on offer, and if you can put yourself in the right place at the right time, you can take up 3, 4, 5 spots, but you've got to do the hard work to get there. Ali Day swims himself back into the lead. Zach Morris, he's got to try and not let him go. Looks like maybe Collins has got a wave on the far left-hand side. Ali Day, Zach Morris pick it up as well. So the 3 men stand up. Ali Day in 1, Zach Morris in 2, and Dan Collins, the man from Redhead in Newcastle, he will stand up in 3. They will go up and around. These 3 men, they raced each other in the trial. They were 1, 2, and 3 to earn their spot in the series. Ali Day was 1, Dan Collins was 2, Zach Morris was 3. They've done the work. Jai Timperley's done the work as well. He'll go up into 4. Matt Bevilacqua into 5. They'll head out onto the ski, and then we'll add up the points, set the handicaps, and race for all the chocolates in round number 3 here of Super Sprint.
So this is where it's so critical. If you're new to this format, it's the Super Sprint. We have 2 races. We put the points together. That determines how they go off the start line. 2 seconds in between each placing there. So Ali Day at the moment grabbing maximum points, race number 1. The leaderboard shows him out by a little gap there to Zach Morris, Dan Collins, and then a bit of a gap there back to Jai Timperley at 15 seconds, and the rest of the field. Bevilacqua, Poole, Borg with a big move up in this race as well.
And you see the difference right here from the veterans of like Ali Day, Jai Timperley, and the rookies in the likes of Zach Morris and Dan Collins. They've just got hit a little bit on that short break, didn't get through as well as they could, and that gap has opened up for Ali Day. Jai Timperley's up on him. He had a great race yesterday. Matt Bevilacqua was breathing down their neck, so a little bit of inexperience has cost these guys day in, day out, and Ali Day looks so comfortable. He won race 1. He looks like he's going to win race 2. He's going to do the Lana Rogers and possibly win race 3. Who knows, but he looks like he's on track at this point.
And that's the difference at the moment with Ali Day and with Lana Rogers. Physically, they're putting you to the test, and then you make one mistake, and that gap of 1 second becomes 10 seconds in the blink of an eye.
Ali Day once told me he used to watch Shannon Eckstein, and he's one of the greatest Ironmen of all time, but Shannon Eckstein made no mistakes, and Ali Day has modelled himself off that. He prides himself on doing everything right, and especially in the crucial moments. Going through the break there on the ski was a crucial moment. Ali Day did everything right. That gap's really opened up, and now he has maybe 50 metres on Zach Morris there as he goes round. Jai Timperley behind him. Dan Collins as well doing the work. He's really pushing very, very hard. Matt Bevilacqua, Jackson Borg's got himself back up into it. Matt Poole and Wes Gould going side by side. Wes Gould just sticks the nose of his ski up under the ribs of Matt Poole. He doesn't worry about it at all. Joe Collins on the blue and white goes around, and Ali Day headed for home. Race 2 of Super Sprint. We've had the board, we've had the swim. This is the final leg, the ski leg, and he looks so comfortable. Sticking with that technique. Hands are a little lower than you'd like, but he's very, very good. And watch him work down this runner, and he will ride this almost all the way home. He is very good on a surf ski.
He's earned that position there to relax just a little bit through the break now, and again, he just gets that little bit more recovery. He'll know exactly where he is. Gets the luxury of picking picking and choosing his waves to the beach now instead of having to charge. Again, no mistake racing.
And have a look at this. He's run across the back of a wave there, couldn't get over the top of it, so he's used the wash on the back of the wave, set himself up perfectly. He knows the next one will stand up as well. That is skill. That's very hard to do, even for the best Ironman in the business. It can go sideways. Ali Day looked comfortable. He looks strong, and he looks a class above at the moment, and he looks around and says, thank you very much, boys. 2 wins, 2 races, 40 points. He will go off first in the final, and he will have a gap. Ominous signs for the rest of the field, but the race is on. Every place counts. You got to think every point is 2 seconds potentially in the final. So off and away, Ali Day wins race 2 of Super Sprint. He's been undefeated so far, but the final is all that matters. He crosses the line. Jai Timberley in second. Great from him. Zach Morris in third. Bevilacqua. Big ski leg, and the charge of the Light Brigade. Dan Collins, Matt Poole, Wes Gould goes around. So does Corey Taylor, Jackson Borg. They all dip across the line, and this is going to be interesting to see. Joe Collins, Isaac Smith, Finn Askew had a bit of push and shove beforehand. He looks like he's in the clear there. He dips in front of Isaac Smith. So what about that? Kai Kinsella, TJ Henley, and Jackson Maynard. Every place counts for these guys, and they're sitting at the moment down in 15, 16, 17.
And as we said, every place counts. Let's get down to the sand with Jordan Mercer, and she is with Zach Morris.
Zach Morris, the rookie, racing like an absolute superstar.
I wouldn't say that, just getting good starts and just working the runs on the way in, and lucky enough to keep up with Ali.
Is that what this final race is about? You're really on the chase here.
Yeah, I just got to stay with the big guys like Ali and Jai. We're looking fit out here today, and just stick up with them, and hopefully I should go all right on the point score.
Best wishes, Zach.
Thank you.
Zach Morris there on the sand after a sensational race there. Great to have a chat to some of the next gen, and we'll see how they go as we get set for race number 3. It's the Nutri-Grain Ironman. We'll be right back. Unstoppable action here. Summer is back. Josh Minogue. We're at Kingscliff Beach. It doesn't get much better than this in northern New South Wales. 2 races done. Let's have a bit of a look at how they're sitting, how they're racing. They're going to be sucking in the big, deep breaths. And as we said, every place so important as we head off to handicap here in race 3.
Yeah, no doubt who our leader was. Ali Day will go off the jump there. Timperley, Morris and Corey Taylor. That's just about, I don't know if you can go back any further. Well, actually, Bevilacqua and Poole, they'll all go together. So that'll be an interesting one. The 3 guys from Northcliffe, they train together, they work together. They're really going to have to, well, put the hammer down and try and get on the tail of Ali Day. Collins and Kinsella, watch for them early on in the swim. Swim first leg. They'll make a big move to get back on. And then the young guns at the bottom there, Joe Collins and Finn Askew, they're riding high and full of confidence. Borg, after a second yesterday, he has a lot of work to do. He'll be 20 seconds down on our leaders, and if he wants to stand on the podium again, he's really going to have to get a wriggle on here. Gray, Maynard, White, a couple of the Currumbin boys together. They'll work together in the swim, that's for sure. TJ Hendy, a long, long way down, but that is our leader. And Adam, I just got a message through from Kendrick Louis. He's our leader, our winner last year. He wears the yellow. He said if they want to beat Ali Day, they've got to take it to him. They can't let him lead, and they can't let him have it all his own way. He said he just watched Zach Morris, just duck in behind him and let Ali do whatever he wanted. He said if it was me, that's Kendrick Louis, if he was here, he said I'd go to the front and make Ali Day work. Interesting insight from one of the best in the business and our defending series champion.
Oh, it's such a great racer, and we look forward to seeing Kench back for race 4, 5 and 6. Unfortunate injury there, but I think he sums it all up. If Ali gets to the lead and controls things, he will absolutely dominate this field. They've got to take it to him. We saw that through that second race. Zach Morris with a great performance. They've got to get on him, and they've got to make a bit of a statement. Yep. And then the rest of the field, well, it's the risk and reward. We've got enough weather conditions, we've got enough wave action that you can get an advantage, but you've got to be in the right spot to take advantage of that.
That's exactly right. And you've got to maybe risk it a little bit. Go to the right, go to the left. If you're 30 seconds down, There is no point just following the rest of the field the whole way in. Go up the point, chase for a wave, go down the beach a little bit, hope that something stands up for you. There's no point just wondering at this point. You can't die wondering in this. We're off and away. Race number 3. Off goes Ali Day, off goes Jai Timperley, Morris, then Taylor Bevilacqua and Poole. They're in. Dan Collins, number 12. He will go after those. Kai Kinsella, they're great swimmers. Watch them do their work. The young gun, Joe Collins, the man with the mullet. Finn Askew, he's wearing the man bun there. Man was second yesterday, Jackson Borg. Wes Gould and Nathan Gray, they will go. Then it's Finesse, White and Jackson Maynard. And have a look at that. They are fired up in the run, and I guarantee they are trying to get on the heels of Ali Day, and they aren't able to. So interesting from Timperley, couldn't get there. But Zach Morris is on to Timperley. Matt Poole is on to Zach Morris. There's a bit of a train forming, but Ali Day is off the front, and he's got a little gap already. So interesting for him. If that 2 seconds can become 3 and 4 and 5, they may never catch him.
And the question, Josh, has Ali got enough? Has he got enough speed in this swim to A, hold this gap, or secondly, put some distance on them without using up too much fuel for the last 2 craft legs?
I think Ali Day's just getting better and better and better, and these guys, they need to burn every match that they've got. They need to get onto him now, make a race from it, find something late that you didn't think you had. There's no point dying wondering in this one. It's super sprint. It's the Nutri-Grain IronMan series. You empty the tank and hope you've got something left. That's the only way to race, and Ali Day, I think he's doing that. Look at him go. He's fired up. Where the rest of the pack has all come back together. Timperley's still in second, Morris in third, but it's now Bevilacqua, Poole and Corey Taylor up on them. The likes of Kinsella and Dan Collins have latched on as well. So we have got a massive pack hunting Ali Day, and he'd much rather be the hunter than the hunted, but you got to do what you got to do in super sprint. He turns that can, he'll look under his arm, and he knows the boys are on their way round as well. Timperley hanging on after a third yesterday. He's really establishing himself as one of the top end racers. Last year was a big jump for him to finish in the top 5 or 6. This year he's making another jump as well.
Yeah, absolutely unbelievable, no doubt. One of the stories of the summer so far, Ali Day with that comeback from injury, and we were so excited to see him race, and right now we're just seeing all the hard work he's done and just the quality of the athlete. But the question comes now, can these boys put themselves in a position to get a wave, get themselves back in touch? The conditions are there to help them.
I think the gap's opened up. They need a wave. Here comes a little swell. Will Ali Day get this? He tries to push down and it doubles up on him, breaks his heart. So Ali Day, the opening swim leg, they'll head onto the ski and then they'll travel out on the board, and we saw it wasn't over till it was over in the girls race, and at the moment that is more than a 2-second gap. I guarantee they've opened it up, but can Mother Nature close it for them? A couple of the boys have got a little push on the way through. Still Timperley in third, still Morris in fourth, Corey Taylor, Matt Poole are hot on their heels, and Ali Day has put their head down and gone away. We spoke about his technique yesterday. It doesn't look pretty, but man, it is effective, that is for sure. He's got that big left arm that loops over the top, but under the water he's strong. That keyhole technique, long out the back, it is perfect swimming under the water. A little ugly out of the water, but oh man, he gets it done, that's for sure. And the rest of the field, there's nothing on offer for them at the moment, and this is playing into Ali's hands as well. He wants everyone to swim to the beach. He wants everyone to paddle to the beach. He wants to turn it into a grind, because he is the king of getting down and dirty and making things hard for the rest of the field. Have a look now. Poole swum up into second. He's gone past Timperley. He's gone past Dan Collins, who's there in second as well. Corey Taylor's hanging on. Ali Day is running. He's into the transition, and look at him. He looks like a man possessed. He is on a mission, and that 2-second gap is opening and opening and opening. There's nothing on offer, but here we go. A few of them are going to get it. They try and push down it. A couple will push down this one, and Joe Collins has swum from 9th place all the way up into second. He runs transitions so hard. Have a look at the young gun. He is on fire. Timperley's in 3. Kinsella, Zach Morris, Matt Bevilacqua. What about that? And have a look at Timperley respond. Big transition for these guys, but Ali Day is on the ski. That gap's gone from 2 to 18 seconds. That is unbelievable.
I've never seen Ali run as fast as he did through transition today. He absolutely knew what he wanted to do. He wants to break this field right now. He hit that sand like a sprint, went up that hill, up that angle, and hit that water so fast.
He knew if he could get away, they'd never catch him. He didn't get hit by all that much. These guys are the same. Timperley's through. He's done a fantastic job, especially on the ski. He looks stronger than ever. Zach Morris is on his left-hand side, the blue and grey ski. The orange nose of Kai Kinsella, Matt Bevilacqua just out of shot on the right. They're all chasing this man, and have a look at the muscles in his back. He's got muscles on muscles on muscles. When he was young, he was a bit wiry and it was all skin and bone. Now he looks like an Ironman. He's the definition of an Ironman here. And have a look at Joe Collins go to work as well. So bottom of the screen, the man from New Zealand, he's the youngest competitor in the field at just 18 years of age from Fitzroy in New Zealand. He's come all the way across the ditch and he is putting on a show, as is this man out in front, Ali Day. We almost don't have anything to say about him. He is too good so far and he looks so comfortable. Look at him, high hands, very strong. He spoke about technique on the way out, technique and efficiency, turn and then run those runners home like you've never done before. It's a simple tactic, but it works so effectively.
Just clinical race skills here from Ali Day. When you talk about shoulders like boulders, right now he is so balanced, so powerful, and he's going to turn that can in a moment, and now it's all about the chase again. Let's remember, this is the second round of a 6-round series, so massive points up for grabs. You can still keep yourself in touch. Ali, if he does take this one out, 2 for 2, but there's a lot of summer still to go for all of these athletes in contention.
That's exactly right. You can't win the series here, but you can lose it if you have a shocker, and Ali Days doesn't look like having a shocker ever again. Still Timperley in 2, Collins in 3, Zach Morris in 4 there, and Ali Day, he's found a runner as well, and the heart rate drops. So as he goes down these runners, not only is he getting a push to the beach, he's getting a rest as well. That's why his transitions have looked so good, because he can get off the low heart rate and he can go to work. He's got that little bit more energy than the guys who swam all the way there. Oh, Jackson Borg says, get out of my way, I'm coming through on the green ski. He goes almost over the top of Kai Kinsella, and we're riding with Matt Bevilacqua, Jackson Borg on the green, then Zach Morris and Kai Kinsella. They're chasing our leader, Ali Day. Look at him put the power down. Bevilacqua, the man from Tasmania, he pushes, he pushes, he pushes, and Ali Day, he is flying. That gap was 18 seconds the last time they went through here. I'd hazard a bet that it's more this time. He just goes further and further away.
And not even dropping a second off that pace across the sand. He looks so light and so balanced, and here comes the rest of the field, Josh. Crucial they stay in touch. As we said, massive implications for summer. You can set the whole rest of the rounds up for yourself here today with a big result.
That's exactly right. Jai Timperley there. Joe Collins. Have a look at Joe Collins' run. He is a whippet across the sand. He goes up that hill like there's nothing there. So Collins in 2. We wait to look at the gap. How far back is Joe Collins from the rest of the field? Jai Timperley. It's 25 seconds. It's now out to 25 seconds. Bevilacqua was in 4th, so he put 7 more seconds on them there. Jackson Borg's got himself up into 5th. What a performance. Zach Morris in 6th. Kai Kinsella in 7th. Corey Taylor in 8th. Dan Collins in 9th. So very interesting for all of these contenders. They were all around about the top 10 yesterday. Finn Askew, Matt Poole just sitting in 10 and 11 as they go rounds. Oh, sorry, 11 and 12 as they go round. Jay Finesse works his way through. He's almost a minute down on our leader. Wes Gould, the man from the West, has plenty of work to do if he's going to get back into this one. The final board leg of Super Sprint. All the chocolates are on this one, and Ali Day, he puts his head down, his bum up, and he goes to work on the board at the moment, and that's the gap they've got to bring back. I don't know if they can do it.
And an amazing effort as well. Ali, as we said throughout the show, only a 24-hour turnaround from the enduro surf as well into a completely different style of racing. The way you execute, the way you get it done. And great to see the call, the changing of the guard here. Some of these names as well. Collins, Timperley, Bevilacqua was still there. Borg didn't have a great start to the Super Sprint. Hasn't he worked hard?
Oh, hasn't he
just
ever?
Put his shoulder to the wheel. Right back in that top 5 now. Backing up off a second yesterday.
And he ground his way back into it. He's an endurance animal, kind of like Ali Day. He likes it the longer it goes on. So we knew if he could get through those first 2 okay, he'd be good by the time race 3 came. And well, Ali Day was just good from the start, and that was his idea. He was going to try and make everybody work. He was going to take the level down, hurt them a bit early on, and then really put the power down in race number 3. And here we go, the final leg of the final race, Super Sprint here at Kingscliff Beach, the Nutri-Grain Ironman series, and Ali Day puts the power down, gets a run, leans right back, and he will ride that as far as he possibly can, and we will ride alongside with him. And this is how easy he does it. A little run turns into a little wave, and it's a big lead for this man, Ali Day. He spoke about yesterday coming back from injury, how emotional it was. Well, this was workmanlike. Yesterday was about emotion and running on emotion. This is about setting himself up for a series win, and he looked like a tradie today because he just went to work and handled himself better than ever. High five for his brother Blair, who's his handler. He waves to his wife Kel and his son Danny Boy Day, and and what a performance. The big fella gets the job done. 2 from 2. He deserves a round of applause. He is our Nutri-Grain Ironman Series Round 2 champion. He's the champion of Super Sprint. He's a champion bloke, and he's a champion Ironman. Ali Day crosses the tape and puts in one of the best performances you will ever see.
Absolutely clinical, unbelievable here today, Joshy. There's number 1 in the book with the podiums up for grabs.
The race for 2, Timperley in the green, Joe Collins. Joe Collins is very quick, but Timperley wants it. He gets up and over, he can't let him go. He looks over the shoulder. Jai Timperley, after a 3rd yesterday, a 2nd today, he'll be 2nd overall in the series. Joe Collins, in just his 2nd ever race, stands on the podium, unbelievable. And Jackson Borg, what about that? He gets himself back into it, pulls his series out of the fire and finishes 4th overall. He is a man to be reckoned with this summer, unbelievable. Matt Bevilacqua, after a 10th yesterday, will be happy with a 5th. Huge from him. He gets his series back on track, as does Corey Taylor. Great from him. Zach Morris was valiant all day long as he charges up and around, as does Finn Askew. And have a look at this. They're fighting it out for points. Dan Collins on fire. Wes Gould goes around as well. So there's Askew going across. Collins there as well. Wes Gould, he crosses the line, and so does Kai Kinsella. And Matty Poole once again in 11th place. Back-to-back 11th places for Matty Poole. They're not what he wants, that's for sure. And you can see a little frustration. Jackson Maynard, Nathan Gray, every point counts for the overall series here. You can see how hard these guys are fighting, and they must think, oh, well, we're further down, but they know every single point will have an impact later in the summer.
6 rounds across all of summer here, so really crucial points there and some great results. As you said, Borg there, that'll set his summer right up as well. And Timperley, great reward off the back of a big summer, a breakout summer for him last year, was really consistent, raced well. Great to see him up there getting some fantastic results. We'll be back to have a chat with our winner and wrap it all up. We're going to take a very quick break. Back to round 2 of the Nutri-Grain Ironman and Ironwoman Series. Kingscliff Beach has been our host here in northern New South Wales. It was the super sprint format, and at the risk of telling the same tale again, Josh Minogue, it was all about Lana Rogers, and the fastest man on the beach today was Ali Day. He's with Jordan Mercer.
Ali Day, back-to-back victories. Endurance yesterday, super sprint today. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks so much, Geordie. It's it feels so good to just be back out there again. The body pulled up really well from yesterday, and as much as that it is the super sprint, that format, it's a lot of endurance as well. And I knew that if I could get the first couple of races away and be in an okay position going to the last race, I knew I'd go, I knew I'd go okay at the end of the day. So yeah, pumped to come away with another win.
Well, you're now leading the point score, and these races you're leading start to finish. Does it play on your mind that you have some very hungry Ironmen out there to chase you down? Yeah,
it definitely does. I was pretty nervous last night and this morning going, oh man, it would have been nice to come out and get maybe a 3rd or a 2nd. No, I'm just kidding. Everyone wants to go out and win, but the pressure's on. There's a target on my back now. Obviously, everyone's looking at me to try, I guess, beat me and knock me off. And I mean, I said to myself during the week, I want to be, like, the whole reason I do the sport is because I love it, but I also want to be challenged as well. So, yeah, look, there's some really amazing young guys coming through then. Jai and Joe, like, amazing results those 2 boys have produced the last 2 days. So, yeah, looking forward to the Eliminator tomorrow.
We are too, Ali, and I have to mention, there's a new member to your support team. You're now Daddy Day. Are there some superpowers involved here?
Dads always have said to me that ones I train with, they said you get dad strength. So maybe that's rubbing off for me. So we'll see. Yeah, we'll see, hopefully.
We love what it's doing. Congratulations, Ali.
Thanks, Geordie. Cheers, guys. Woo.
Thanks, Jordan. Well, that certainly puts Super Dad Ali Day in a strong position in the Nutri-Grain Series after 2 rounds. Josh, let's have a look through the official results.
Yeah, take a look at today's results. Ali Day obviously on top. Timperley again, another podium. And Joe Collins just in his 2nd race ever. And the top level, he gets onto the podium there. Borg will be happy with that, and Bevilacqua gets his series back on track. Generation next, Morris, Askew, Collins and Gould all in the top 10, so very, very good for them. Then we'll take a look at the overall series standings, and Ali Day, a 3-point buffer. It doesn't sound like much, but in the big scheme of things, that is massive. After a third of the way through the series, we've got 4 races to go, and Timberley in there, Jackson Borg, Joe Collins, fantastic in 4th place there. Bevel Aqua dips into the top 10, and well, I guess the big stories, Matt Poole and Tannen Linden, they think they're normally on the first page, along with TJ Hendy, to be honest, as well. So a tough one for them, and a very tough day for a lot of these girls. We take a look at the women's podium results there, and what a day of racing.
Thanks, Josh. A great wrap of the results where there were some amazing, some important moments in today's racing. We'll be back with the winner of the Nutri-Grain Unstoppable Moment right after this. Well, iron racing is all about digging deep and overcoming obstacles, and this season we are recognising an athlete each round who best represents resilience. It's called the Nutri-Grain Unstoppable Moment, Josh, and today, once again, it was all about Ali Day.
Have a look at this. We talk about unstoppable. He gets a little run, leans back, puts the power down, and he seemed unstoppable all day long. The confidence he has, the ability he has, and just the sheer hard work he's done to get to this point. Have a look at him ride that wave all the way to the beach and claim victory. It was an incredible performance.
Unstoppable once again there from Ali Day. Our athletes receiving their medals and cash after 2 really tough days at the office. They have certainly earned that, but guess what? They've got to do it all again tomorrow, and this is how it lines up there. We've got the events still to come across summer. Enduro, Super Sprint, Survival to come tomorrow. That's going to be massive. We'll get back here in 2 weeks' time for Enduro, Surf, the Specialist, and Survival. Again, we're back on the beach for summer. So exciting to see here Northern New South Wales, Kingscliff, looking amazing for the 6 rounds that are going to be on show here in the Nutri-Grain Ironman and Iron Woman series. We've done 2, we've still got 1 more to go here this weekend. So Survival is up tomorrow. Another tough day at the office. Join the conversation. We'd love to see you at Iron Series and hashtag Iron Series across all the platforms, Facebook, Twitter and Instagram as well. And for all the info, everything you need to know, get to all the W's Iron Series there. A big thank you to Nutri-Grain, our sponsors, Finns, Ampol, DHL and Westpac. We hope you've enjoyed all the action from round 2, and we're not finished yet. The athletes will have less than 24 hours to rest before backing up for round 3 of the Nutri-Grain Ironman and Iron Woman series. It's Survival live from Kingscliff Beach, 12 p.m. right here on Go. See you all tomorrow.